Hey everybody, welcome into Old Mountain Bricks. Today we've got the latest LEGO news and deals getting ready for June 2024. So let's go ahead and take a look at the LEGO website here and see what new sets are coming out, any deals, and maybe look at the LEGO Bricklink Designer program and see what else is happening. So, a lot of good sets coming out. Let's take a look. Let's try and focus on the ones coming out here shortly. First one, we've got some buildable characters. This new Simba's coming out. I think it's going to be a good one. $130 though, so 1,445 pieces, 18 plus set. I mean, it looks pretty good. I think there's going to be a smaller version available if I remember as well. So overall, I mean, if you're really into Simba, I mean, this thing looks pretty big, so maybe it is worth it, but maybe not something for us. It is pretty cute though. Okay, and here's the other Simba, the one that's $20. So it'll be interesting to kind of see these side by side. I mean, if you really want the buildable character, I mean, is it worth paying that other amount when you can just kind of get something for this? Of course, it is a bit smaller, but interesting they're releasing both at the same time. I don't know if they could have done something different, but just interesting for $20. Let's see. Of course, Moana's flower pot coming out. If you're a fan of the botanical and friends, it's interesting they're kind of putting these both together there. I don't know why Moana has a flower pot, but it's kind of got a fun little interior, of course, as well. One of the other ones a lot of people have been looking forward to is Notre Dame. It is part of the architecture line, so it's kind of like the micro scale, so not really for a Lego city, but this thing looks great. If you're any fan of like Paris or Notre Dame, obviously there's a lot of history with this building, but I think they did a really great job with this thing for $230. Again, I don't think it's for me. It's decent price per piece ratio, but of course these are a lot of the smaller sets, but I'm sure you could sneak this in a Lego city if you really wanted to. But if you're into the architecture sets or had this before, there are some interior details with this, as you can kind of see as I'm scrolling through a little bit. Which is something you don't see a lot with the architecture sets. You can kind of see the scale of it here. Looks really good. The spire's really cool. Those are printed pieces on the outside for like the dish for the rose glass, stained glass type thing. The retro radio is something we didn't know that we wanted or needed, but it's kind of cool because it includes the sound brick. This one, I like the aqua color to it. It's kind of interesting. It's got the sound brick that plays some of the like static and you're listening to Lego FM and things like that. And you can put your phone inside, which is fun for, I think, one good gimmick with somebody, but otherwise not something I would really want to do, because you could just buy an actual retro radio and listen to the radio if you really wanted to for about the same price, if not less than $100 like this one is. But it's a cool looking design for sure. So now we have the sorting hat and now the retro radio are the first two sets to include the sound brick, but for $100, I don't know. I don't plan on picking this one up. If you're into Ninjago, this looks like a big old set here. $250 to Tournament Temple City. I like what they've been going for recently with Ninjago and kind of putting some more mountain type stuff to it. You can see there with Lloyd and all kinds of, they always have a million minifigures. That's something great about these sets, but they look really cool. It's not part of like the city gardens thing like they've been doing, but it's a pretty big set. So if you're into that, could be something really cool. Or if you have like a mountain area in your city, I've seen those kind of integrated that way. Of course, one of the most controversial sets coming out June 1st, which I do plan on picking up, is Captain Rex's Y-Wing Microfighter. And you're like, why would I want a microfighter? Well, let me tell you, this is the exact same minifigure that came in the $650 Venator set that was released earlier this year or last year. And a lot of folks are upset because at one time Lego said that was exclusive. Now it is not. Now you can get it in a $13 set, and it is a pretty detailed minifigure with like the cauldron and printing on his arms, legs, toes, the dashes and stuff. He's got a unique head and everything too. The Y-Wing itself is okay build, but it's going to be a fun one, and I'm sure it's going to sell really well. And everyone who wants the Captain Rex minifigure is going to have it now for $13 instead of $650. I'm on the side I didn't get the Venator, so I think it's a good thing. They are coming out with the Luke Skywalker mech, nothing too crazy there. But I think it's fun. It's got like the X-foils on the back. I just think it looks really good compared to some of the other ones they've done. The other one is like a Batman mech, you know, nothing too crazy. We've got a million Batman sets, so it's just more black pieces, so I mean nothing we really need there. Something I'm looking forward to is the yellow delivery truck. $99, $100 for this one. It's Lego. They've done a few of these in the past. I do not own one at the moment. Let's kind of spin it for a second. There comes with the forklift and I think a number of printed pieces. But it's pretty big. Like, it's gonna look big in a Lego city if you were to get it. So I think it's gonna be really cool to get, and I do plan on picking this up at some point. We've got some more Lego Harry Potter, Ollivanders, and Madame Malkin's robes. This one's kind of just the facade, not like the main like Gringotts or anything. You can see it's just kind of a play feature. There are a number of sets that they've done in the past that have this kind of style, but it's for $90, so nothing that I plan on picking up, but it's cool to have Ollivanders. Hopefully they'll make something similar in the adult style eventually too. I think will be fun, as I think Gringotts did pretty well last year. We also have Potions class, looks like right here, coming out. Nothing crazy there, just kind of a little kind of diorama. This is going to be one that folks are interested in, the Mandrake. This is kind of twofold. You're going to see it for folks who want the botanical collection, or the Harry Potter folks are going to be interested in this one there. It's kind of interesting. The face build looks a little clunky, but I guess if you look at the source material, I mean, he's kind of a ugly little potato looking thing, right? So yeah, you can see it right there. So it's kind of fun that you can take it in and out. I thought this one might have a sound brick. It does not. But could be something fun. You can see kind of the scale. If it's a little smaller, $69.99, so a little expensive for the number of pieces you're getting, but nothing too crazy. The big one a lot of folks are looking forward to with like the new Harry Potter Hogwarts system is the Great Hall. This thing looks pretty big. I'm gonna have to see what the kind of images look like. A lot of folks are excited because of some of the characters and the new troll we'll look at in just a second. For $200, it is an open pack, so it's not like modular buildings. You know, some people are starting to collect these to kind of make some sort of city. I mean, from the front, it's gonna look great if you can kind of connect them, but that troll just looks really cool. It's got a little secret exit. Yeah, here's the minifigures. You can see the new molded troll and a number of other folks, some of the regulars, some of the professors. Looks like we've got a ghost. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. The other one a lot of folks are excited about is the new Triwizard Tournament Arrival set that has the new Durmstrang ship and the new carriage there. It's $140. They're a little smaller than what they used to be, but the minifigures look great. I think she looks great with the new long legs and everything. So I think if you're a big Harry Potter fan, this is going to be a must get. Of course, the other one you take a look at is the Tuxedo Cat, one of the new Lego ideas sets that are coming out. Not really the exact same, but the same idea, of course, as the creator kind of came up with. I think this thing's going to get a little dusty with it being all black pieces like that, but I think it's fun. Again, it's aimed at people who are not Lego fans in order to pick something up if they're just cat fans, to help them get into Lego, or vice versa if you're a Lego cat fan. Or I think it's a good marketing kind of strategy to do this, because it's going to have different niche of people trying to get in, but I think that's just a fun looking set. And of course, I always support the Lego ideas. This is an interesting set coming out June 1st. They're part of the Speed Champions. I think they're 8 wide, so I don't know if they'll fit in my city, but I love the look of these cars. A big box looking thing there, and the convertible. I think both just look really nice, and the amount of detail you're able to get with some of those coming out June 1st for $45. And just some other adventure kind of treehouse sets. This is part of the Friends. I've seen some folks maybe looking at this as the next botanical garden, or maybe the next one we'll take a look at. But it's got some nature area type stuff that could be fun for maybe a Lego city, especially if you get a few of these. Castle, bed, and breakfast. If you really kind of double this up, you can maybe make this a nice looking house for your Lego city. You can see kind of the back. So I'm sure people are already getting ready to have this for their Lego set. I don't think it's as good as the botanical, but I think it will be popular as well with non-Lego Friends people, just because it does have that appeal. We've got a new chess set coming out. That's fun. I always loved playing chess there. This one's kind of like supposed to be like it's made of wood, you know, $75, so I wouldn't get this day one or anything, but if you see it on sale and you're a fan, could be something fun to pick up. Not huge on Brickheadz, but Carl, Russell, and Kevin just look super cute, so I probably will get those. I just think they all look really cool. I like the printed piece for the grape soda badge. New Inside Out Brickheadz, because that new movie's coming out in June, I believe. Got Maribel from Encanto, Lord of the Rings Brickheadz, Legolas and Gimli. Those are cool. And of course, the big one we were waiting on, the Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr, for $460. US dollars. Comes in this big old box with the Eye of Sauron on it there with kind of the build. It does have an open back, but I think that's okay in this instance there, as it is meant to be more of a display set than like a city set. You can see some of the interior details. It's pretty modular with how it moves in and out, as we never really saw the interior in any of the movies. I'm currently rereading the books right now, so if there's anything that should have been in there, I'll try and remember and add that in at some point when we get there. But I don't think there's a whole lot, as I know it didn't really have the eye in the books. But I think the design of this thing just looks really cool. The minifigures are also top notch. The mouth of Sauron and Sauron himself, and some orcs everybody's been wanting there, Frodo and Sam, a new Gollum mold. But I think they all look pretty good. I wish we got maybe a couple more for this price, but this thing is huge. You can see kind of putting it together there. So it's one of those, I like to say, you need new furniture if you're getting this one. This is another fun set coming out for Lego City. I think I will pick up at some point. It's $30, so not too bad. I like, it looks like a lot of sticker detailing, but I like how you can kind of rotate through the little sign up there to kind of say it's going to like the museum or downtown or some of the other fun things. Looks like the Exo-Force thing is on the back there from like the roller coaster. If I ever see this on sale, it'd be a fun thing to have in the city. We've got another one like the mini castles. This is the first time we're actually ever getting like Sleeping Beauty's castle or the Disneyland castle there. So that one looks fun. So if you've been waiting for that or have like the Disney World castle, these will look good side by side. Other ones coming out I think we took a look at once before is the new battle packs with Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon and like the guards. The Ambush on Mandalore battle pack, actual battle pack compared to the one we were just looking at, comes with 2 of the Imperial Commandos and then a just generic female Mandalorian and a male Mandalorian. But you can kind of hook these 2 sets together, of course. Of course, the new jungle theme comes out that features an updated Johnny Thunder, I guess, for Lego City, so that'll be fun to get. I think I'll get this at some point just because it's the $11 set. The red panda looks pretty cute. Don't really care about the 6 pieces over here, but I'm a big fan of the original Lego Adventurers. There's some more of the jungle theme with like some alligator crocodile mixtures there and like a plane. New Magical Madrigal house coming out again for Lego Friends, but I'm sure some folks will try and modularize that a little bit. One I am kind of interested in is this yellow construction excavator. It looks pretty big, but there's always construction going on in the city, and I feel like we haven't gotten like a construction vehicle in a while, and I think this is just the right size to kind of fit in a Lego city without being intrusive like some of the other ones I've seen from time to time. Let's see, let's take a look at the Bricklink Lego Designer Program, because the Series 1's been completed there. That was like the train shed and all that kind of stuff. Series 2 pre-orders start June 6th. So by the time you're seeing this here, it's going to be pretty close to coming out. So make sure you kind of get in there quick if you see something you like. There's the logging railway for $210. Where am I going to put that big truss? The train is kind of small compared to it, so a lot of the build, it looks repetitious with putting that. So I don't know if that's something I want to do. The ocean house is fun. Again, not really for me, I think. It could look good in a city, but I just don't really have the space for it. It's interesting build, though, for $200. The mushroom house is pretty cute. You could put that in your nature area. It's something you don't really see too often with Lego, with kind of exploring the size of things a little bit there, with them like riding the snail and that kind of thing. But this is the one I think most people are going to be interested that are Lego City folks. It's a new train station, Brick Cross Train Station there, with it is fully modular, and it does link up to a Lego train track, as you can kind of see on the back. Still not 100% sure, but I think this is going to be the one. It's a little expensive, but you're getting a lot of pieces. Yeah, it's 3,000 pieces, so I guess it's okay price per piece. The other one that looks interesting, because I've always been a fan of Lego Pirates, is the Ominous Isle, kind of the scary thing here. It's in a lot of pieces, so you'd have to have some room for this one as well if you want to put it in your city or otherwise. I love some of the detail. If you have like the Pirates of Barracuda Bay set that came out a little while ago, this could go something that goes along with it, or like Ray the Castaway, that kind of thing. So there's just a whole lot of great sets coming out in June, even more coming out, I think, in August. July looks a little light, but June is going to be big, and then August is going to be big. So make sure you stay tuned with the channel. I'm going to do these each month just to give you an idea. I think the main things I'm looking at to pick up are going to be some of like the construction things we were looking at. Some of the Lego City stuff are going to be the main ones there. I think I'm going to hold off on Barad-dûr for the moment. I think that is going to do it for today. So of course, if you thought this video was helpful, make sure you hit that like button as it helps us out. Subscribe for even more content from Old Mountain Bricks coming your way. And until next time, thanks for coming on by. Have a good one.